Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hong Kong, China, where we are in WWIIB Rink in Discovery Bay. This is the 2026 IIHF Ice Hockey Women's World Championship Division 2 Group B, and we bring you the first game today, Ukraine versus Mexico. And let's welcome the referees and the players for the game. After a successful U18 World Championships, we are here in Hong Kong, China again, and we bring you the women's edition of this year's World Championships. Thanks to everyone here in the Hong Kong China Ice Hockey Association and the WWIIB Rink folks and crew. We're here with yet more ice hockey for the local folks, and let's welcome Team Ukraine coming in to the ice rink. Average age of Team Ukraine, just 20 years old, with 20 players and 2 goalkeepers on their roster. Some of them with North American experience. We have number 12, Valeria Manchak with the PWHPA Ice Hockey League, and also some in the college programs in North America. The rest of them mostly playing in Europe. The head coach for the team, Yevgeny Aripov. And let's welcome in their green jerseys, Team Mexico. For Team Mexico, most of them playing in the Mexico hockey leagues. Osus Mexico seems to be the most popular club for these players, an average age of 23 years old. 18 players and 2 goalkeepers listed on their roster. With number 24, Alexandra Radcliffe, playing in Purcell Hockey Academy in Canada. And a goalie, number 20, Miranda Diatunano, playing in the University of Utah. And also number 5, Dion Duenas, and number 6, Cameron Heon, also playing in the USA. The rest of them, most of them locally in Mexico. And we have just a few more seconds until face-off. 3 full periods of 20 minutes each, stop clock, and we will have face-off in a minute. 3 games up in the schedule today. First game at 12:30 local time, Ukraine versus Mexico. Lithuania plays Belgium at 4 p.m. and New Zealand versus Hong Kong, China at 7:30 tonight, and we run Greenwich Mean Time plus 8 hours. So do stay tuned to IIHF.tv for your favorite hockey teams. Again in yellow, Ukraine, Mexico in green, or as some would say, Mexico. Let's keep it Mexico for now, and we'll see how things go. And that's the start of the game. Fielding the right side, it's Ukraine, and they had the first shot of the game. Number 12, seemingly their top player, one of the top players, Valeria Manchak, with the puck from behind the net. Sharp angle shot, goalie made the save. Playing in net for Mexico, number 25, Nicole Duenas. Play from the side of the rink. Gets to the blue line with a long shot by number 4, Radmila Vedmedenko. And we have a whistle for face-off in the Mexico zone. With a little more than 30 seconds to play into the game, it's been all Ukraine so far, and they've been able to demonstrate their superior offense in this game. Mexico with the possession, quickly lost control to Ukraine. Mexico tries to get it out of their own zone, puck chipped up. Ukraine able to keep it in the zone, trying to get into the slot, and Mexico has it, tries a cross ice to a forward. Now it's an onside play, but Ukraine picked up the puck in their own zone. Mexico from behind the net gets it out, unable to make the shot on to the goalie. Playing in net for Ukraine, number 20, Juliana Vilhan. Vilhan plays in the Slovakian league for Ice Green Kosas. We have another face-off. This one, an icing call against Ukraine. They were unable to make changes as the linesperson heads to the bench to get one of the original players on ice, and that we have face-off again. Mexico with the face-off win, unable to keep it in the zone. Ukraine fires it down the ice for another icing call, and still unable to make the change. As number 8, Maria Kazie tries to get in for a change. Ukraine sends it out into the neutral zone. It's a 3-on-1 situation. To the left side with a shot. Goalie made this a rebound. And they scored the first goal of the tournament. 1-0 Ukraine. It's a turnover, 3-on-1 opportunity. Gets it to number 15, Anastasia Netarenko. Fires it on the goalie. And then picks up the rebound and puts it into the net, and scoring the goal, number 21, Veronika Liskovcic. And Ukraine has a 1-0 lead over Mexico early on in the game. And the 3-on-1 showed the speed that Ukraine possesses in this game here. But we've seen over and over again, speed isn't quite everything. Teamwork and skills can still overcome the disadvantage. But Mexico has their work cut out for them, as Ukraine was able to get the first goal of the tournament, actually. And we do have a penalty now, a body checking penalty. Heading into the box, number 22, Sofia Kutur. Here in women's ice hockey, checking is not allowed. So we do have a body checking penalty for the women's tournament. That's something we don't see in the men's hockey tournaments. And really, in most of the local leagues here in Hong Kong we do play non-contact hockey. So for ice hockey players here in Hong Kong, for the lower divisions in particular, they're quite used to seeing this. There's a great clearance by Mexico. They sent it down deep. Now being pinned down into the corner, gets it back to the blue line. Sideway pass to Hagerman, back to the blue line, Ayala. Ayala couldn't quite control it, keeps it in the zone. Gets it onto the right side, now dumps it down deep to number 16, Nevares. Back to Ayala, controlling play. Very good passing going on. The crowd agrees with a long shot. This one blocked, and Ukraine was able to clear it out of the zone. Not quite. Yes, now they do. Now Ukraine, number 17, Telihina, chases after the puck. Players colliding to each other. And Mexico in their own zone. 50 seconds remaining in the power play. Fierce battle behind the Mexican net. Mexico able to gain possession of the puck in their own zone, and now just 35 seconds in their power play remaining on the clock. Mexico being very patient with the power play. Still 25 seconds to go in the power play. Rojas. Nice feed to the left side to Amaya. Ukraine able to get it back out into the neutral zone. Just 10 more seconds to go in the power play. And now Mexico trying to chase for the puck in the offensive zone. And that's it for the power play. Mexico still with possession. Sharp angle shot, rebound. This one wide, and there is a whistle. A little over 4 minutes played in the opening period of the tournament. Ukraine up by 1. Teams are back to 5-on-5, and now Ukraine with a chance. Trying to cut into the slot, and Mexico broke up the play. And now they have a little chase up front of their own. Ukraine defense first to be at the puck. Nice defensive play by Mexico, but play quickly broken up by Ukraine. Dumps it in for a change, and now Mexico with a turnover. Coming back into the offensive zone with a weak shot. Goalie made a glove save and kept it for a face-off in their own zone with exactly 15 minutes remaining in the period. .49 remaining in the opening period. Fires it down the ice. Mexico very quick with the forward check from behind the net. Tries to steer it into the crease. Now here on with it with a long shot. This one wide. Number 5, Dueñas. 2 Dueñas on the team. Number 5, Dion Dueñas, and number 25, Nicole Dueñas. Nicole's the goalie, and Dion's a defender. A huge bang under the boards. No whistles there. Westbury's signaling play could go on, and Mexico picks up the puck in their own blue, along their own blue line, but gave it away to Ukraine with a sharp angle shot. Goalie made a blocker save, wrapping around from behind the net. Really good passing going on for Ukraine. Sends it down to the right corner of the offensive zone. Kirichenko with a long shot. Goalie made the save, steering it aside with her right pad. Skating in, number 12, Menchak. Menchak playing in the USA for the PWHPA. Mexico sets it down for a change. Tired legs. They're unable to keep up with the high-energy Ukraine team. Sends it down the left flank. This one, icing wave as it was touched by number 17, Polina Telihina. onside play, but play was broken up by Ukraine back into the neutral zone, and Mexico coming back again. Mexico playing better, much better over the past 5 minutes of the game, and they are able to control play up in front of the offensive zone way more than the first 5 minutes of the game. Hagerman to the left side, sends it down in, no icing. Going after the puck is number 10, Anastasia Skorotkov. Skorotkov to Kazie, back to Skorotkov, chips it up front, races for the puck, and it's not going to be icing as she touches the puck after the red line. 12-10 remaining in the period. Mexico utilizing their speed. They are getting much accustomed to the pace of the game. Armanzan from their own zone sends it back out into the neutral zone. Cardenas. Wilson. Ukraine, Alipova, number 7. Alipova crosses the blue line. Now it's Mylova. Mexico sends it down deep, no icing. Ukraine slams it along the boards, deflects it. Now Mexico dumps it back into the Ukrainian zone, narrowly missing the 2-minute penalty. Or rather, should I say, too many players on ice penalty. Cameron Heon dumps it down deep. Teammates not there to get it, and Ukraine gets it. Mexico playing much better defense, intercepting a lot of the passing lanes of the Ukrainian offense, and making attacking a lot more difficult for the Ukrainians. Ukraine trying to set up play from their own zone again. Again, broken up by Mexico. Head coach for Mexico, Bernd Haag. Doing a great job with the team so far. Hagerman with a long shot hits a mask of number 11, Victoria Shimenska. Mexico with a shot. Rebound, this one just missed, barely. Under 10 minutes to go in the first period. Mexico still with the offense. 23, Mayfield. Backhands it to Terhina. And Manchak has it. Manchak with a shot blocked by Mexico. The other way going, Mexico coming a 1-on-3. Teammate could not join the rush as they had to go for a change. And now Ukraine with the attack the other way. Great forechecking by Mexico, getting the puck, sharp angle shot, backhand shot, saved by the goalie, centering pass, deflected by the defender in number 2, Tatiana Kirichenko. Armanzan to Rojas. Rojas to Cardenas. Up front to Giovanna Rojas. From behind the net, being checked, and Ukraine gets it back. Tough battle along the corner and the boards. 4 players trying to take the puck out of the boards, and now here's a shot steered away by the goalie, Juliana Bilhang. Mexico behind the net, centering pass, backhand shot, saved by the goalie. Ukraine has it. 2-on-2 opportunity. Here comes Leon Kipria. Sharp angle shot, blocker save. Rebound picked up by Mexico. Under 8 minutes to go in the opening period. Good game going on so far. Ukraine gets it, centering pass. Taken down by a Mexican defender. No calls there as the Ukrainian bench shouted for a penalty. Lopitina to Kipria. Mexico, Wilson sends it down deep. On the other side was the chase for number 7, Binars. Luis Wilson with a long shot. This one tipped wide and high in front of the net. Hayon with a long shot. Goalie made the save and kept it for the whistle. With 7:12 remaining in the opening period. As the Mexicans try very hard to come back to tie the game up. Mexico with a face-off win. Hayon, number 6, long shot. Goal is steered aside. Leon Dueñas. And Ukraine with a chase for the puck. Both players collided into each other. And 24, Ratcliffe. Under 7 minutes to go, still 1-0 for Ukraine. Leading the game by just 1 goal. They had an early start to the game as they led the game early on, but since then Mexico has come back. And for the past 10 minutes or so, it's been 50-50. Very evenly matched up teams here. Here is Koza, Maria Koza with the shot, taken down right in front of the net. Here comes Mexico. Number 10, Hagerman sends it down. Ukraine tried to get it out of their own zone, but intercepted by Rosales. Shoots it, steered wide by Ukraine with another shot. Goalie made the save. Nevares sends it out to number 22 with a long shot, blocked by number 23, Mayfield. Mayfield with the puck, running into trouble. 2 green shirts crowding him, sandwiching her. Ukraine unable to get it out of their own zone with under 5.5 minutes to go in the opening period. 5 players taking at the puck along the boards. Coming out with the puck is Mexico. Still protecting the puck. Good play there. Sends it back to Ayala with a long shot. This one hit a Ukraine player. A check from behind. No calls there by the referee. And here comes Ukraine, the other side. Mexico. Cardenas feeds it to Armanzan. Joanna Rojas sends it down deep. Kirichenko. Pinals from behind the net tries to set it up for Joanna Rojas. The puck was deflected by Ukraine. Lots of shots by Mexico. A lot of touches by Ukraine. They do have a lot of possession time. But once play goes past the half court, the Mexicans were able to break the play up, forcing a turnover. Mendinko sends it down on the left side, and it's going to be an offside call against Ukraine with 3:53 remaining in opening period. Still a 1-0 game for Ukraine. A great game going on. Lorenzana. Kipria chips it off. The Mexican defender. Now we have a chance. Goalie made the save. Rebounded by Mexico, but kept in the zone by Ukraine. A little more than 3 minutes to go in the opening period. Chipped it off. Puck remained in play. Long shot. Goalie steered aside with the left pad. Back to the blue line with another slap shot. This one a huge slapper. Goalie had to make a reactionary save. And here is a pile up in front of the goalie with exactly 3 minutes remaining in the period. Still a 1-0 goal a game. As we saw Ukraine utilizing their firepower from the blue line to huge slappers. This one blocked and a rebound right in front of the net, stopped by the goalie in number 25, Nicole Duenas. Puck bounced out into the neutral zone as Ukraine tries to regroup, but this one intercepted by Mexico. Ukraine. Alipova sends it to the right for Ismailova, number 18. Made the pass, but the player wasn't there to receive. Mexico, number 24, Alexandra Radcliffe. Radcliffe again on the left flank, trying to center it. Radcliffe gets the puck back, and now we have Alipova with the puck on the right side. Alipova, move past one, move past a second player, and finally play broken up by Mexico. A minute 48 remaining in the opening period. Mexico coming the other way. Number 12, Joanna Rojas, sends it down deep for a change, and Ukraine tries to take advantage of a bad change. Ukraine, number 12, Manchak, with a shot. This one deflected behind the net, centering pass. This one missed everyone. A minute 28 remaining. Mexico going the other way, pinned down along the boards. Minute 20. Manchak. Great skills with Manchak. Looks from behind his Televina. Mishandled the puck, and now Mexico have the puck. Sends it down deep, chase the other side is Puente. With a great shot, deflected. Now we have a 3-on-2 with a minute to go. Manchak looking for Kirichenko. Unable to unleash the puck. Now back to Kirichenko, try to center it, but stolen by Mexico. 45 seconds to go in the opening period. Still a 1-0 game with Ukraine having the lead late in the first period. Chips it out. Icing waved off. 20 more seconds to go. Oh, not a good pass with a quick giveaway right in front of the net. And it was the goalie who saved the day. Things got a little careless from behind the net right here. And the giveaway was right in front of the net. And the goalie had to come out and make that huge glove save. Under 10 seconds to go. Ukraine with one more chance. Great shot and better save by the goalie. And that should do it. No, there was a goal. The referee signaled it's a goal. It beat the buzzer. It's going to be 2-0. And now the lines persons will have a chat with the referee. And we'll just have to see if play. The puck was in the net before the net, before the buzzer. We can go and take a look, but we'll have to also look at what the referees have to say. And after discussion by the referees, it was deemed a goal, and it's 2-0 Ukraine as we go into the intermission. And we'll take a short break. Well, let's see. And that would be the final decision for the referees, and that would do it for the first period. We'll take a short break, and when we're back, we'll have period number 2 for you coming up right next. We welcome you back to the second period of the game between Ukraine and Mexico. This is the first game, the opening game of the 2026 IIHF Ice Hockey Women's World Championships Division 2 Group B. My name is Scott Yang, and on behalf of the Hong Kong China Ice Hockey Association and IIHF.TV, we welcome you to Discovery Bay in Hong Kong, China. Discovery Bay is on one of these outlying islands in Hong Kong. We are situated near the airport, near one of the most famous theme parks in the world, and to a great community of friendly neighbors. And we thank you for the locals for allowing us to host these tournaments and games here in Hong Kong, China in Discovery Bay. And we do bring in a lot of fans and players to the island, and we hope everyone will have a good time. Players, locals, everyone involved. Certainly enjoying the game today as Ukraine is with a 2-goal lead. One goal early on in the first period and a buzzer beater at the end of the first period. During the intermission, we took quite a lot of a look at it from multiple angles, and we think the referees made the right call. It was a very difficult call, but obviously the linespersons and the referee worked together really, really well, and it was a good call. And with the tournament, we do not have a goal review system here. And here is a save by Dueñas, steering the puck to the right side of her goal post. Ukraine with a great start to the second period. Controlling play early on. Great cycling. Very composed play. A lot more looking like the Ukraine team in the first opening minutes of the first period. Great calm pass back to the blue line. Intercepted by Mexico, but quickly possession regained by Ukraine. Here's a whistle. It was deemed offside by the linespersons. And in the first period for Ukraine, it's pretty clear. Number 12, Valeria Manchak, one of the better players on the team, as she's been heavily relied on to generate offense. And that's another offside call against Ukraine. Here is Mexico on the right side. Centering pass blocked by the Ukrainians. Mexico fighting to gain possession back from behind the net, tries to wrap around, a rebound in front of the net. And now Ukraine gets it, sends it back out into the neutral zone. Mexico with possession again, coming back the other way. And number 6, Hion coming back with the puck. Sends it down deep. Giovanna Rojas on the left side, centering pass. Rojas lost balance and gave away possession to Ukrainians. Ukraine with the puck. Chance tripped up in the attacking zone and no calls by the referee. Mexico, Amaya. Back to Heyoon. Heyoon stops, spins around, fires it down the middle of the ice. Intercepted by Ukraine. Now they are in the attacking zone with a long shot. This one bouncing off the goalie and into behind the net. Ukraine fires it down back behind the net. Mexico sends it down the ice for an icing call, but waved off by the referees. Luisa Wilson. Manchak up front on the right, cutting into the slot with a shot. Post saved by the goalie. Sloppy change by Ukraine right now. Played 2 seconds with a 4-on-5. Now Manchak coming in with a shot. Goalie made the save. Rebound. Great save by the goalie in Dueñas with 15:44 remaining in the second period. Look at Dueñas coming out to challenge, make an initial save, and quickly grab onto the rebound. Still a 2-goal game with Ukraine in the lead. A lot of Dueñas on the team, as well as a lot of Rojas. 21 Giovanna Rojas, a forward. Number 12, Joanna Rojas, also a forward. Now we have a referee for a cross check. Penalty against Ukraine. As number 10, Anastasia Skorotkov goes into the box for 2 minutes, and Mexico is going to get a chance to narrow down the lead. Mexico unable to keep the puck in the zone. Ukraine goes for a 2-on-3. Mexico stops, turns around, missed the pass. Both players collided into each other. Ukraine gets it past the blue line, and it's a hand pass signaled by the referee. It is a hand pass by Ukraine in the attacking zone, so face-off will be in the neutral zone. With 1:38 to go in the power play for Mexico. "15 minutes to go in the second period as we march on to the midway mark of the game. Here is number 12, Joanna Rojas, with a nice feed to the right side to Hagerman. Hagerman on the right side, spins around, looks for Ayala. Ayala controls puck, keeps it in the zone, down to Hagerman with long shot. This one deflected off the stick of Lopatina. Mexico, sharp angle shot, this one wide. Ayala with a slap shot from the blue line. Now Ukraine sends it down the ice for a change. Under a minute to go in the power play. Mexico from their own zone, regrouping for another offensive chance. Here comes Rojas, number 12, as in Joanna Rojas, trying to cut through all the players. And now look at Manchak with her personal skills. Very, very skillful and agile player as she brings the puck down deep. Decided not to go any further with the attack as their team is on a penalty kill, but saw the chance to go for the forward checking. 20 seconds to go. Mexico in their own zone, unable to get it out of their own zone. Now they have clear possession. Number 11, Ayala with the puck, crosses the blue line, leaves it down though, and in comes number 17, Telihina. And that would be it for the power play. Telihina, cross-ice pass. Nice defensive play by Mexico as they've broken up the 2-on-1 play. Puck sent back into the neutral zone. The teams are now back to 5 apiece. Now number 15, Nesterenko on the right side to Telihina with a shot blocked, and Mexicans clear the puck away. Chasing the puck down is Luisa Wilson. Wilson gets possession of the puck, but she overskated the puck. And now players running at each other, no calls there. Number 14, Chimyenko knocks the puck down from mid-air. And now we do have a whistle. 12:41 to go in the second period. Mexico with the puck, number 16 on the roster. Number 16 is Samantha Nevares, but on the jersey it says Puente. So I'd go with my printed roster. Mexico fires the puck down, picking up the puck, Lopatina. Number 24. And number 24 on the other side, Ratcliffe sends the puck in. And now we have number 3, Koza, Maria Koza going in. Couldn't get past Lorenzana. Another centering attempt picked up by Mexico. Here is a 3-on-2. Mexico with a good passing. Play broken up by Ukraine, and there's an offside call against number 24, Alexandra Ratcliffe. 11:31 remaining in the second period. Ukraine still up by 2 goals. The Mexico, for the 2 periods, we've been seeing a little slow to start their periods, but after, I'd say, 4 to 5 minutes, the team starts to come alive, and you'd see them with a lot of offensive chances. And I'd say a lot of the offensive chances, in terms of quality, I think are even better than Ukraine. But it's Ukraine who's up by 2 goals, and now we do have a seeming, I think it's going to be a tripping call. It's an elbowing call on Ukrainian player number 13, Anastasia Vancovich. Vancovich in the box for 2 minutes. An elbow. And Mexico gets another chance to see if they could narrow down the gap between the 2 teams, which stands at 2 goals right now. We do have some communication going on between the officiating crew and the Mexican bench. Mexican player going into the bench. So it has to be something that caught the linesperson's eyes, and she communicated with the referee, and the referee making the final decision. And it's going to be if it's a coincidental minor, it's going to be a 5-on-5 play. We do see Mexico with number 24 on the board for 2 minutes. So it's going to be a Ukrainian power play. So it's going to be a Ukrainian power play instead of Mexican one. Here's Manchuk with, oh, that's a goal. Nice shot by Manchuk in front of the net. It's a deflection. The puck hits both sides inside the net, and we have the 3rd goal for Ukraine. So So fresh off the face-off to Manchek. And from another angle, Manchek with the shot. And tipped by number 4. And into the net. So it's a 3-goal game now instead of 2. With a goal tipped in by Radmila Bermetenko. And obviously the assist to number 12, Valeria Manchak. That's one of the things about women's hockey, the development of women's hockey, and especially in North America, where Manchak plays. And I think development there is going on very well with multiple leagues and recent professional leagues out in North America. And a lot of girls are getting the chances to be professional ice hockey players at a very good level. That's why you're seeing a lot of the top women players heading to North America for that opportunity. Here's a goal from Mexico. It's a great answer by the Mexican team. And it's a 2-goal game again. Going in, nifty little backhander. Goalie challenged perhaps a little too deep. And it went top corner for the first goal for Mexico in the tournament. .9:26 remaining in the second period as we just passed the midway mark of the second period of the game. Actually, Ukraine still has a 2-goal lead, but Mexico have shown us that they could score and they could compete with this high-powered Ukrainian team. In the corner is a fight for the puck. 4 players bunching up together, circling around. Behind the play is number 15, Nestorenko. Roscoff with a long shot, with a rebound shot. This one ended up high, deflected. Kipria from behind the net, and Nestorenko joined the fight for the puck. Players pinning each other down and coming out with the puck is Skorotkod. Roscoff to the left side with a long shot. This one blocked. Unable to clear it into the neutral zone. Mexico, here it goes again and sends it down deep into the goalie. Juliana Vilhan has to stop the puck with her stick. Ukraine sends it back out, and here is Mexico with a chance. Mexico, the cross-ice pass. This one blocked by a goalie. Golden chance for Mexico there, unable to score. Mexico, dangerous chance after dangerous chance. Here's Alexandra Radcliffe, and we do have an arm up from the referee signaling for another penalty. It's going to be a tripping call, but look at Juliana Wilhan with the save. And Ukrainian player number 18, Varvara Ismailova in the box for a minor penalty. Mexico will get their power play. It'll be a man advantage, 5-4 for 2 minutes. Spins around, fires it down the ice. Rosales was there to get it, pinbound by Ukraine, no calls. Mexico with the puck along the boards, looking for a player to pass into the center ice. And now Ukraine gets it, sends it down. Mexicans with the chase. Nicole Dueñas comes out for the play. Leaves it for her teammate. Here is Ayala. Nice moves, backhand play to the right side, over the blue line into the attacking zone. Number 2, Paula Rosales with the puck down deep into the corner, moved it back. Ayala calling for the puck with a long shot goal. He swallowed the puck for a whistle in their own zone with 6:55 to go in the period. Wilhan positioning herself along the edge of the crease. Very well positioned to make the save there. Here's a rebound shot, goalie with a blocker save. A minute remaining in the power play to Mexico. They're taking great advantage of the power play. Fiercely battling for the puck. And here is another penalty. This one's going to be called against Mexico. And that would do it for the power play. Call is for 2 minutes for a, I don't know if it's under 2 minutes. It's a spear. If I read that right, it could have been a hook, or it would have been a spear. I would say it's a hooking call. 2 minutes. So now what was a power play became a 4-on-4. Ukraine tries to jam it in. Goalie with the save and a whistle. 32 seconds for the 4-on-4, and then shortly after it's going to be a Ukraine power play. Three ones to score. Manchak. So Manchak goalie steered it with the stick to the side. Under 6 minutes to go. 7 more seconds to go in the 4-on-4. It's going to become a Ukraine power play, which starts now at a minute 12 to go. Ismailova heads straight into the bench for an attacking player. Nevares sent it down the ice. A minute to go in the power play. 3-1 to score. Ukraine with the pass, sent it in. Nice play there. Centering pass, moves it to the forehand, rebounded, but cleared out by Mexico. Sent it down the ice. 5-on-4 opportunity for Ukraine. 30 seconds to go in the power play. And only 5 more minutes to go in the second period. Ukraine on the right side, trying to mount an attack. This one brought back by the Mexicans. 8 more seconds to go, and that should do it for the power play. Mexico's really playing well since the quarter mark of this period. Here's Giovanni Rojas. Sends it down. Rosales back to Ayala. Ayala moves up close with the shot. No goal. Rebounded by Ukraine. Here is an odd man rush. 3-on-2. To the left side with a sharp angle shot. This one deflected up high. Batted down. Rebounded by Ukraine with a shot. Goalie made the save. 4 more minutes remaining in the second period. And now we have number 24, Lopatina. Lopatina having trouble controlling play. 2 Mexicans sandwiching her into the boards. And now Mexico with a 3-on-1. Mexico with a centering pass. Block. Shot. Goalie made the save. Puck went behind the net for a rebound of Mexico with a long shot. This one deflected. Great chances by both teams, but the Mexican shots, I think, are much more lethal and dangerous in terms of quality compared to the Ukrainians. So far in the bottom half of the second period, playing a really good game. If they could continue with the pressure, it's just a matter of time that they score. And good news for Ukraine is that the period is going to end in 3 minutes. All they need to do is to weather the storm for another 3 minutes, and they'd get a chance to take a breather in the dressing room. Ayala. Heon sends it in. Going after the chase is number 13, Rebecca Andrade. And if the Mexicans showing a great textbook play style of a thump and chase. Here comes Ukraine with a shot. Rebound. No rebound. The goalie made a great save. He's sure to clutch on to the puck for a whistle. Great save by Dueñas. Here is another long shot by Manchak. This one hit a body. It's Joana Rojas. Is Frida Cardenas. Terejina gave the puck away. Here is Cardenas. Cardenas moved it down deep. Centering pass, backhand, intercepted by Ukraine. 2 minutes remaining in the second. Giovanna Rojas turns around, leaves it behind for teammate. 4 players bunching up along the corner. Getting the puck is Radmila Vetmendenko. Sends it to the other side of the rink. Ukraine with the puck into the offensive zone. Quickly regained possession is Mexico with a great shot. Blocker saved by the goalie. 1:22 remaining in the second period. 3-1 still the score. Mexico corrals the puck in the center ice. Number 2, Paola Rosales with the puck. Tries to get it to Almanzan. Instead, sends it to the left flank. Final minute of the period. Gave the puck away to Mexico. Mexico with a sharp angle shot. This one blocked. Ukraine sends it down deep. This one may be an icing call, and it is. And face-off is going to be back in the Ukrainian zone with 40 seconds remaining in the period. Face-up in the Ukrainian zone. 30 seconds remaining in the period. Ukraine with an offensive attack in the final seconds of the second period. 20 seconds to go now. Mexico comes back with an odd man rush with 4-on-2. Number 16, Nevarez shoots. Goalie made a great save. 10 more seconds to go. Centering pass. Ukraine clears it out of the danger zone. Mexico with a sharp angle shot. Goalie made the save and held on to it for a face-off with 4 more seconds to go in the second period. Mexico still down by 2 goals. Can they score a buzzer beater just like Ukraine did in the first period? Two more seconds to go, and that would do it for the second period. The score after 2, 3-1. Ukraine has the advantage. We'll take a short break. When we're back, we'll have period number 3 for you. Welcome everyone back to the opening game of the 2026 IIHF Ice Hockey Women's World Championship Division 2B. My name is Scott Yang, and this is Ukraine and Mexico fighting out in Discovery Bay, Hong Kong, China. After 2 periods of play, the score right now is 3-1 in favor of Ukraine. For the latest stats and information of players and schedules, please do visit IIHF.com. That's where you can find all the information about the tournament. It's day 1 of a 7-day tournament. We have games today, tomorrow. That's Monday, Tuesdays. We'll have a break on Wednesday, and then action returns on Thursday and Friday, and then another break on Saturday, and Sunday will be the final day of the tournament here in Hong Kong, China. And like the first 2 periods, Ukraine came off to a great start in the 3rd period with a great shot on Nicole Dueñas. Ukraine enjoying a 3-1 lead. Are they going to push for more goals, or are they going to be a little more conservative to try and preserve the lead? Here's a weird bounce in front of the net, and Ukraine scores. What started as an odd bounce from center ice ended up inside the net. Goalie made the save. Rebound was jammed in past the goalie. And now Ukraine leads by 3 goals, 4-1. Ukraine had a 3-goal lead at a point in this game, but Mexico was able to come back. And here's an offside call by the linespersons. Face-off back in the neutral zone. 4-1 lead by Ukraine with under 19 minutes to go in the game. Ukraine at it again. Great save by Dueñas. Ukraine first to the puck. Gets it back to Ismailova. Mexico gets it out into the neutral zone. Nevares to Vinals. Cameron Hion to Dion Dueñas. Lorenzana. And Andrade chips it back into the Ukrainian zone. Lopatina first to pick up the puck, sends it the other way. Alipova sends it back into the neutral zone. Mexicans put it back into the Ukrainian zone. But Liskovic sends it down the other way on the left side. And now we have a Ukrainian player hitting the boards. Perhaps losing her balance, and she seems to get up all right. Face-off going to be to the right side of goalie Nicole Dueñas. Mexico with the face-off win. To Daniela Rosales. Rosales leaves it back for Cameron Hion. Or Nevares gets it back. Kirichenko tries to find Vansovic, and instead Rosales gets it, and goalie Vilhan has to make the save. With a 3-goal lead, it's a comfortable position for Ukraine. Goalie Vilhan, so far this game, played very well. Another glove save. So you got to give it to Nicole Dueñas, the Mexican goalie, number 25. She was one of the reasons why Mexico was still in the game. But the level of play for Mexico, I do think it's quite high, and they will be competitive in this tournament. And we do still have more than 16 minutes to go in the game. It's still anybody's game at this stage. But Mexico, they do need to do something, so to say, if they want to get points out of this game. The time keeps ticking down. Here's Ukraine with a sharp angle shot. Coming up with the puck is Joanna Rojas. Rojas passes the blue line on the right side, looking for Giovanna Rojas. Rojas with the shot. Rebound, nets off, and we do have a whistle as the nets off. The goalie made the initial save, rebounds, but on the bottom of the screen you'd see that the net has already been knocked off. So the referee called whistle down play for a readjustment to the nets. Under 16 minutes to go in a period, 4-1 still the score. Mexico very desperate to score some goals here in the third period, and the referee signaled a high stick. No one going to the box. The face-off is going to be out in the neutral zone. 15 and a half minutes to go in the period. Here is a great save by Dueñas. Rebound cleared by Mexico. Ukraine applying pressure. Keeping the puck in the zone. Now the Mexicans get it out. Losing possession to Ukrainians again. Here's a long shot. Centering attempt with a long shot. This one blocked. Mexicans with a 3-on-2. Andrade on the right side, calling for the shot. Rebound! This one saved by the goalie. And goalie fell down, covering the puck for a whistle. That one was a close one as the Mexicans keep trying to battle back in the game. Look at the shot right there with glove save. Rebound in front of the net, but the Ukrainian defense was quick to push any attacking players away from the danger zone, and that's a great defensive job they did there. 14 and a half minutes remaining in the final period of the game. Puck battle along the boards behind the goalie Vilhan. 4 players chipping at the puck. Ukraine comes up with it, intercepted by Mexico. Sends it back down deep again. Paula Rosales tries to get it out. Now joining the battle. 3 other players with a long shot. This one gloved down by Vilhan, the goalie. It was a great sequence of attacks and offense by Mexico. Look at the glove save there. And you do have to comment on the defense. I do play in net as a goalie, and I always appreciate when I look up and seeing around myself, I see my teammates instead of attacking players. Right in front of Juliana Vilhan, the goalie. 2 yellow shirts surrounding her. That's a sign of good defense. Here's Rosa on their own end, bringing the puck back out into the neutral zone, sends it left. In the middle, it's Kozub. Player taken down, no calls there. Maria Kozub slow to get up. Heading into the bench for a change. Let's hope she's going to be all right. Goes up right there, taking a hit. I'd say she was guided towards the boards instead of a hit. That's probably one of the reasons why it's uncalled. Mexico gains possession in the offensive zone, quickly gave it away, and now we have Terihina. Terihina to Zimirenko. Zimirenko still with possession. Steers it to Manchak. Back to Kirichenko. Manchak. Down deep. Looking to cut across. Decided to leave it for a teammate. Sending pass to Zimirenko. And now puck is in the neutral zone. Mexico with a 2-on-3. Paula Rosales. 5-player jam. And Kirichenko with possession to Terihina on the left side. Thinking about a wraparound, but gave a puck away to Mexico. Mexico with good possession. Moved it forward for 21 Giovanna Rojas. Under 12 minutes to go. Ukraine loses the puck in the neutral zone. And now they must clear offside. Still a 3-goal game. Great defense played by Ukraine. As the Mexicans, although they were able to generate some offense, but that's one of the lethal ones. Great save by the goalie. And Juliana Wilhan, she's there when she's needed. Let's take another look at that beautiful save by Wilhan. Wilhan made a play, but her teammates gave it away. Look at that sprawling save right in front of the net at point blank range as well. So both goalies putting on a show today, but it's Juliana Wilhan having the upper hand, now giving up only 1 goal so far. Lorenzana sends it down. Rosok sends it up to Ismailova. She had a touch but gave away possession quickly to Mexico. Mexico coming in, number 12, Joanna Rojas, forced to go behind the net into the boards. Now battling between 2 yellow shirts as Ukraine sends it down. Not quite enough for icing. Sloppy change by the Mexicans, and they narrowly avoided a too many player penalty. Now it's a 3-on-2. Cross ice pass. Feeds it to the goal instead. Puck was steered to the back of the net. Hagerman on the right side. Under 10 minutes to go in the 3rd period. Behind the net is number 23, Natalia Amaya. Centering pass to number 18, Daniela Rosales, and Ukraine was able to pick up the puck and send it down and avoid icing at the same time. 9.5 minutes to go. Ukraine turns around, sends it back. Sloppy change by Ukraine. As both teams having problems with players jamming through the gates as they change. It's just a case of getting used to the venue here in Hong Kong, China. Here's Mexico, clears offside, and here is going to be a delayed penalty, and we do have a player down. It seems to be number 12. Joanna Rojas. She's getting up with the help of a teammate. But now she is back in action. She's telling her teammates, I'm okay. Vamos, let's go. Around 8.5 minutes to go in the 3rd. Mexicans still down by 3 goals. With the penalty to Ukraine, Mexico has this great chance to come back with a nice tip in front of the goal. Rebound. And Ukraine was able to clear it. Mexicans, if they want to tie the game up, they need 3 goals, and they have 8 minutes to do so. But with possession now, it's Ukraine. Turning around, giving the puck to number 14, Sumirenko. To Rozok. Ukraine doing a good job still keeping it in the zone. Now Mexico chips it in. Rozak. Sumirenko. And with that, it's a minute off the clock. Only 50 seconds remaining in the power play for Mexico, and they seem to be having problems generating offense in this power play. And that's how good Ukraine can be. But never underestimate Mexico, because we've seen how good their offense can be. All they need now is a little more luck. And here in front of the net with a backhand shot, this one's saved. And a little tussle in front of the net. Great effort by Mexico, as goalie Vilhan still solid at this stage of the game. A little over 7 minutes to go and 25 seconds to go in a power play. Here's another long shot. This one tipped wide and high. Nevares to Ayala. Andrea Ayala. Ukraine with a narrow angle shot. Final second of the power play, and both teams back to equal strength. Mexico, Paula Rosales with a long shot, steered aside by Vilhan, the goalie. 6.5 minutes to go. 3-goal game between the two teams. Mexico, Andrea Ayala spins around, sends it to Paula Rosales. Player racing for the puck on the right side of the Mexican attacking zone. 6:05 to go in the game. And here is Ukraine with the chase, beating out icing. Behind the back, it's Alipova, and now we have a whistle. As Ukraine has a player down. Number 18, Varvara Ismailova, was down and had to be helped up by teammates. And now referee, the officiating crew, discussing where the face-off should be. And that's the right call, as at the time of the whistle, play was already in the attacking zone of the Team Ukraine. Now they brought it back out into the neutral zone. Under 6 minutes to go. Still down by 3 goals. Mexico will need to do something now. I always like to do the math here. 3 goals, under 6 minutes to go. So that's under 2 minutes per goal. Here's a rebound shot, this one wide. A whole bunch of players down. And now Ukraine with a 2-on-1. Passes it to number 3, Maria Kozub. Unable to make the pass. Vedmedenko with the bank pass off the boards. 5 minutes to go. Mexico still down by 3 goals. Frida Cardenas on the right side gets it into the offensive zone with a long shot. Paula Rosales was there for the rebound, but the rebound didn't get to her. Terehina to Manchak, back to Terehina. Here's Kirichenko. On the right side is Terehina again with the cross-ice pass. We have a delayed penalty against Mexico, which is not good for Mexico. And going into the box is number 16, Samantha Nevares. It's an interference call. So they'd be down to 4 players, 4 skaters compared to Ukrainians 5 for 2 minutes. But don't forget, Mexico is down by 3 goals now. That just makes scoring a little more difficult, and getting a penalty at this stage in the game also means Mexico will have 2 less minutes to attack, as they're forced to defend for the entirety of the 2 minutes before they can attack again. Of course you can do short-handed goals, but it's not often. A little more than a minute to go in a power play, and under 4 minutes to go in the game. 4-1 to score. Ukraine with complete control in this power play if they keep passing and cycling. Very good skills. Here's a long shot. This one wide. Rebound. Ran it in front of the goalie. A couple of shots later, we have a whistle. Very good control, puck control skills for Team Ukraine, as they were able to keep cycling the puck in the offensive zone. And even though they didn't score, or they haven't really attempted to create more scoring chances, they're actively doing things to benefit their own team, because each second that takes closer to the final buzzer will mean the greater chance of securing a victory here in the opening game of the tournament. Here's another long shot by Ukraine. Here is the Mexicans coming back out, but unable to, because puck was forced in their own zone. Two and a half minutes to go in the game. Ukraine still with a power play, and now it has expired. Kirichenko with a long shot, save, rebounded. Still Ukraine with puck possession, 2:20 to go in the game. Mexico down by 3 goals. What can they do to tie the game up? That would probably include pulling the goalie. But there has been no stoppage in the game for the last couple of minutes, and now we do. And it's going to be a cross-checking call on Ukraine. A minute 59 to go in the game. And Mexico is going to call a timeout. Is it too late to call a timeout? The head coach signaled to the referee for a timeout. Now he gets it. And we're going to have a timeout with 1 minute 55 seconds to go in the period. It's a 3-goal game. Mexicans have a power play, so they're going to be playing 5 and 4. And what's most likely to happen is they will be pulling the goalie. Well, they should be pulling the goalie. And it's going to be a 6-on-4. Because on IIHF rules, the tiebreaker system encourages team to score instead of encouraging teams to defend and allow less goals scored against. So it's in Mexico's every single advantage to score as many goals as they could, even though if it means they can't win the game, they still should score as many goals as they can, just in case if a tie situation arises over the next week. And now Mexico doing a 6-on-4. The goalie was already, I think they made a boo-boo here. The goalie was already in position in the net. And realizing the mistake, the goalie skated back after the referee has decided to commence the face-off. And an extra attacker came out. That attacker should have been lining up for the face-off at the get-go instead of letting the goalie out. That was a brutal mistake by Mexico. And they have to face off with 5 players. And now the goalie is getting out for the extra attacker. And with that little mistake out there, they lost 10 precious seconds. And now Mexico 6-on-4. Let's see what they do with it. And we have a penalty against Mexico. It's such a heartbreaker. And going into the box, it's the captain. That would mean the man advantage, the power play would have ended, and hopes for Mexico to come back would have been squashed with this penalty. And teams are down to 4-on-4. And even though if Mexico holds their goal, it's going to be 5-on-4. But it's going to be a huge difference if it's a 5-on-4 and a 6-on-4. So we have 2-player advantage compared to a 1-player advantage. And now Mexico is not pulling their goalie anymore, and I think that's the decision the coach made, where they are going to be settling for the 4-1 score. Here is a goal by Mexico. That's a goal by Mexico before the end of the game. And now, with just 56 seconds remaining in the game, do they go for it, or do they keep the same score? The goalie is still in net. 50 seconds to go. Equal strength. I would have pulled the Mexican goalie for an extra attacker. Here is Mexico with another chance in front of the net. Gets it out. Cardenas with a long shot hits a body. That's Kirichenko to Manchak. And 28 more seconds to go. That should pretty much do it. But here comes Mexico with more. Narrow angle shot and cleared off by Ukraine, and that should really do it. But what a attempt to come back towards the end of the game. And that should do it. 4-2 the final score. Ukraine wins it 4-2. With that, we've seen both teams in action, Ukraine and Mexico. Ukraine winning the first game of the tournament. And with the win, Ukraine is going to be in first place so far, 4-2, with 3 full points, and Mexico in second place. Well, Mexico should be listed in 6th place, but it's going to be the same with 4 other teams still to play. We'll determine the final rankings of today in a bit. And more games coming up for you. Lithuania versus Belgium at 4 o'clock local time, and New Zealand versus Hong Kong, China at 7:30. And for tomorrow, Ukraine plays New Zealand at 4:30, and Mexico plays Belgium at 1 o'clock. And this is the best player of the game for Mexico is number 10, Maria Hagerman. Best player for Ukraine, number 15. Number 15, Anastasia Nestorenko. Congratulations to both players. Great showing by both teams. Mexico showed how good they are offensively, and Ukraine also with a great win.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem for Team UK will now begin.
Congratulations to Ukraine with the win, 4-2 the final score. Don't forget, we do have two more games for you today at 4 o'clock and 7:30 tonight. We run Greenwich Mean Time +8, so stay tuned for tonight's games. My name is Scotty Yang, and on behalf of the Hong Kong China Ice Hockey Association and the IIHF, goodbye and see you the next game.